Chaitra ji?
Yes, sir. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Dhan Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Hingu, Vata Kafa Naha, Shulagnam, Pitta Kopanam, Katupakarasam, Ruchim, Deepanam, Pachanam, Lagu. Kashaya, Madhura Pake, Ruksha, Vilavana, Laghu. Deepani, Pachani, Medhya, Vayasaha, Stapani, Param. Ushnavirya, Sarayushya, Buddhindriya, Balaprada, Kushta, Vaivarnya, Vaisvarya, पुराण विषमज्वरान् शिरोक्षिपाण्ड हृद्रोग कामलाग्रहणी गदान् सशोषशोफाति सारा मेध मोहव मिक्रिमीन् श्वासकासप्रसेकाशर्ष प्लीहानाः गरोदरम् विबन्धं स्रोतसां गुल्म मुरुस्तम्भमरोचकम् हरितकी जयेद्व्याधिं स्थांश्च कफवातजान् तद्वदामलकं शीतम् आम्लं पित्तकफापहम् कटुपाके हिमं केश्यमक्षमीक्षश्च तद्गुणम् इयं रसायनावरा त्रिफलाक्ष्याम यापः रोपणी त्वग्धव क्लेदमेधो मेह कफासृजत् सकेसरं चतुर्जातं त्वक्पत्रैतलं त्रिजातकं पित्तप्रकोपितीक्ष्णोष्णं रूक्षं रोचनदीपनम् रसे पाके च कटुकं कफघ्नं मरिचं लघु श्लेष्मला स्वादुशीतार्द्र गुर्वी स्निग्धा च पिप्पली सशुष्का विपरीतातः स्निग्धा वृष्या रसे कटुः. Sir, next page ಹೋಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ. If it is very less ಅಂದ್ರೆ we'll finish this. Okay, we can take it for tomorrow then, sir. I'll stop over there. Pippali ತನಕ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ sir? 160 I finished it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We'll continue from Shleshlamala tomorrow. Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir, yes.
Chaitra ji. Suchitra ji, do you want to continue?
Sir, can I take English reading because I log out early today?
Okay, you can start, Chaitra ji, from page 2 to 2.
Sabhakta or Samabhakta, mixed with food during its preparation. Mixing the drug with the food during its preparation or mixed with the food after the preparation and administering is known as Samabhakta. It is indicated for children, delicate persons, and persons having aversion towards the medicine. Also indicated in anorexia and the diseases affecting the whole body. Anantara Bhakta, in between lunch and dinner. Administration of the drug in the afternoon after the digestion of the food taken in the morning hours, and again the food is to be given in the night. And after the completion of the digestion of the drug taken in the afternoon is known as Anantara Bhakta. It is indicated to the persons having strong digestive power and also suffering with the disorders of Vyanavata. Samudga, at the beginning and end of the meals. Divide the drug into two parts and administer one part before meals and the other part after meals. It is called Samudga. Here the food given should be easily digestible and quantity also less. The drug should be in the form of powder or paste and having the digestive properly. Indicated in hiccough, tremors, convulsions, and also the doshas localized in the upper and lower part of the body. Muhur muhu, frequently. Administration of the drug frequently before food or after food is known as muhurmuhu. Indicated in dyspnoea, cough, hiccough, thirst, vomitings, and the complication of poisons. Sagrasa, mix it with one morsel. Administration of medicine by mixing with morsel of food is known as sagrasa. Grasantara, in between morsels. Grasantara is taking the medicine in between the two morsels. Both Sagrasa and Grasantara are indicated in the disorders of Pranavata. Sagrasa drugs are in the form of powders and pastes, useful to increase the power of digestion. Aphrodisiacs should be given with the morsel of food. Drugs which cure the diseases of the heart, which are useful for emesis, useful for the inhalation of smoke. should be administered in between the two morsels. Nisi, bedtime. Administration of drugs in the bedtime is known as nishi, indicated in the disorders of upper parts of the body above the shoulders, ENT, and ophthalmic disorders. Thus ends the 13th chapter entitled Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya of Sutra Sthana in Ashtanga Hrudaya Samhita, which was composed by Acharya Vagbhata, son of Sri Vaidyapati Simhagupta. In this chapter, Acharya Vagbhata explained the general line of treatment for Tridoshas individually and also given the suggestion to manage the Samsargaja and Sannipataja doshas. Acharya Vagbhata expressed that these doshas gets vitiated not only due to the irregular dietics, etc., but also due to the variation of the season also. Hence, the relationship between the doshas and seasons has been mentioned. Next, definition of ama, features of sama and nirama doshas, and also the line of treatment for ama doshas are explained. Vitiated doshas and their movement in the body, line of treatment, suitable time for shodhana therapy, and time of administration of medicine, etc. have been discussed.
Yeah, thank you, Chitraji. Suchitraji, do you want to read page 222?
Yes. Sabhakta, Samabhakta, mixed with food during its preparation. Mixing the drug with the food during its preparation or mixed with the food after the preparation and administering is known as Samabhakta. It is indicated for children, delicate persons, and the persons having aversion towards the medicine. Also indicated in anorexia and diseases affecting the whole body. Anantara Bhakta, in between lunch and dinner. Administration of the drugs in the afternoon after the digestion of the food taken in the morning hours. And again, the food is to be given in the night, and after the completion of the digestion of the drugs taken in the afternoon is known as Anantara Bhakta. It is indicated to the persons having strong digestive power and also suffering with the disorders of Vyana Vata. Samudga, at the beginning and end of meals. Divide the drug into two parts and administer one part before meals and the other after meals. It is called Samudga. Here the food is given should be easily digestible and quantity also less. The drug should be in the form of powder or paste and having the digestive properly. Indicated in hiccup, tremors, convulsions, and also the doshas localized in the upper and lower part of the body. Muhurmuhu, frequently. Administration of the drug frequently before food or after food is known as muhurmuhu. Indicated in dysopnea, cough, hiccup, thirst, vomitings, and the complications of poisons. Sagrasa, mixed with one morsel. Administration of medicine by mixing with morsel of food is known as sagrasa. Grasantara, in between morsels. Grasantara is taking the medicines in between two morsels. Both Sagrasa and Grasantara are indicated in the disorders of Pranavata. Sadgrasa drugs are in the form of powders and paste useful to increase the power of digestion. Aphriosidis should be given with the morsel of food. Drugs which cure the diseases of the heart, which are useful for emesis, useful for the inhalation of smoke, should be administered in between the two morsels. Nishi, bedtime. Administration of drugs in the bedtime is known as Nishi, indicated in the disorders of upper parts of the body above the shoulders, that is ENT, and ophthalmic disorders. Thus ends the 13th chapter entitled Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya of Sutra Sthana in Ashtanga Hrudaya Samhita, which was composed by Acharya Vagbhata, son of Sri Vaidyapati Simhagupta. In this chapter, Acharya Vagbhata explained the general line of treatment for Tridoshas individually and also the given suggestion to manage the Samsarga and Sannipata doshas. Acharya Vagbhata expressed that these doshas get vitiated not only due to the irregular dietics, etc., but also due to the variation of the seasons also. Hence, the relationship between the doshas and the seasons have been mentioned. Next, definition of ama. features of Sama and Nirama doshas, and also the line of treatment for Ama doshas are explained. Vitiated doshas and their movement in the body, line of treatment, suitable time for Shodhana therapy, and time of administration of medicine, etc. have been discussed.
Thank you, Switchaji. Anybody having any questions on page 222 or wants to add anything? Okay. I think this ends chapter 30. Let's continue with the next chapter. Yeah, chapter 14. Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya. 2 kinds of therapies. Shanaji, please continue.
Yes. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namo. Om Gurubhyo Namo. Om Dhanvantraye Namaha. Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya. 2 kinds of therapies. After Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya, Acharya Vagbhata expounded the chapter Dvividopakramaniya. 2 kinds of therapies. Thus said Lord Atreya and other great sages. In the present chapter, Acharya Bhagavata deals with the 2 types of treatments, that is, nourishing therapy and reduction therapy. Their advantages, complications, and treatment also have been discussed. 2 kinds of treatment. 2 kinds of treatment have been mentioned, namely Santarpana, nourishing therapy, and Apatarpana, reduction therapy. Brahmana and Langhana are the
Brahmana. Brahmana adu. Brahmana.
Brahmana and Langhana are the synonyms of for the above therapeutic procedures respectively. Brahmana, whatever adds to the corpulence of the body is Brahmana or nourishing therapy. Langhana, whatever is capable to reduce the body is known as Langhana or reducing therapy. Dominancy of Mahabhuta. Generally, the body gets nourished by the use of substances having the dominancy of Prithvi and Ap Mahabhutas, while it is reducing due to the substances having the Agni, Vayu, and Akasha Mahabhutas. Similarly, Snehana, Rukshana, Swedana, and Stambhana therapies are also showing their effects due to dominancy of the basic elements only. Even though 6 types of treatments have been mentioned, all the 6 types can be incorporated in the above mentioned 2 kinds of treatments, that is Brahmana and Langhana only. Notes. Sadhupa Krama. Brahmana, nourishing therapy. Langhana, reduction therapy. 3. Snehana, oleation therapy. 4. Swedhana, sudation therapy. 5. Stambhana, astringent therapy. 6. Rukshana, drying therapy. Snehana and Stambhana can be included in Brahmana therapy, while Swedana and Rukshana can comes under Langhana therapy, basing on the Bhuta predominance and their similar actions. The drugs having quality of heavy, cold, soft, unctuous, thick, bulky, slimy, sluggish, stable, and smooth will be known as nourishing drugs, and which causes nourishment to the body. Types of Langana. Langana is of again 2 types: Shodhana and Samana. Shodhana is elimination therapy. Shodhana, which expels the vitiated doshas from the body and maintain the equilibrium state in the body, is known as Shodhana therapy. It is of 5 types. Niroha, medicated enemata with decoctions. Vamana, emesis. Kaya vireka, purgation. 4, Sirovireka, nasal administration, and Asra Viruti, bloodletting. Samana, palliative measures. Samana is that which neither expels nor excites the doshas but mitigated the increased dosha and maintains normalcy of the doshas within the body. It is of 7 types. Pachana, increased digestion. Deepana, carmination. Kshut, suppressing appetite. Trashna, suppressing thirst. Vyayama, exercise. Atapa, exposing to sun. And Maruta, exposing to open air. In Charaka Samhita, it is clearly stated that one who is having the knowledge pertaining to all the 6 types of therapies is the only the real physician. That indicates the importance of um, sadhupa kramas. So here sadhupa kramas are given: brahmana, langhana, snehana, swedhana, stambhana, and rukshana. Under Langhana, there are 2 things. One is Shodhana and Samana.
Thank you, Shanaji. Chaitra ji, do you want to read chapter 14 again?
Yes, sir. Dvividopakramaniya Adhyaya, 2 kinds of therapies. After Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya, Acharya Vagbhata expounded the chapter Dvividopakramaniya, 2 kinds of therapies. Thus said Lord Atreya and other greases. In the present chapter, Acharya Vagbhata deals with 2 types of treatments: nourishing therapy and reduction therapy. Their advantages, complications, and the treatment also have been discussed. 2 kinds of treatment. 2 kinds of treatment have been mentioned, namely Santarpana, and Avatharana. Bhuna and Langhana are the synonyms for the above therapeutic procedures, respectively. Whatever adds to the corpulence of the body is Brahmana or nourishing therapy. Langhana is whatever is capable to reduce the body is known as Langhana or reducing therapy. Dominancy of Mahabhuta. Generally, the body gets nourished by the use of substances having the tendency of Prithvi and Ap Mahabhutas, while using due to the substances having the Agni, Vayu, and Akasha Mahabhutas. Similarly, Snehana, Rukshana, Swedhana, and Stambhana therapies are also showing their effects due to the dominancy of the basic elements only. Even though 6 types of treatment have been mentioned, all the 6 types can be incorporated in the above mentioned 2 kinds of treatments, that is Brahmana and Langhana only. Sadhupakrama. Brahmana or nourishing therapy. Langhana is the reduction therapy. Snehana is oleation therapy, that is giving medicated ghees. Swedana is sedation, that is sweating madistare, it is that one. Stambhana is astringent therapy, and Rukshana is the drying therapy. Snehana and Stambhana can be included in Brahmana therapy, while Swedana and Rukshana comes under Langhana therapy, basing on the Bhuta predominance and their similar actions. The drugs having the qualities of heavy, cold, soft, unctuous, thick, bulky, slimy, sluggish, stable, and smooth will be known as nourishing drugs, and which causes nourishment to the body. Types of Langhana. Langhana is again of 2 types, Shodhana and Shamana. Shodhana is the elimination therapy. Shodhana is which expels the vitiated doshas from the body and maintain the equilibrium state in the body is known as Shodhana therapy. It is of 5 types. Niruha Basti, it is medicated enemata with decoctions. Vamana is vomiting emesis. Kaya Virecha, purgation therapy. Siro Virecha is nasal administration. Nasya also it is. Asra Visruti is Raktamokshana Chikitse, bloodletting. Shamana is palliative measures. Shamana is that which neither expels nor excites the doshas, but mitigated the increased doshas and maintains the normalcy of the doshas within the body. It is of 7 types. Pachana is the increased digestion. Deepana, carbonation. Kshut is suppressing the appetite. Trishna is suppressing the thirst. Vyayama is exercises. Atapa is exposing to the sun. And Maruta is exposing to open air. In Charaka Samhita, it is clearly stated that one who is having the knowledge pertaining to all the 6 types of therapies is the only real physician. That indicates the importance of Sadhupakramas. This table is self-understood, I guess, sir.
Thank you, Chitraji. Anybody is having any doubts on chapter 14, Dosopakramaniya Adhyaya, 2 kinds of therapies? Or anybody wants to add anything? Yes, Suchitraji.
Only Stambhana I didn't understand.
Okay.
Is like sudden stop agonge, clotting agonge ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, it is that one. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಬ್ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಬ್ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ನ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ತಂಭನ drugs are being given.
Okay. Thank you.
And Rukshana drying therapy, any example, anybody? Is it like
Sir,
fasting? How is it?
Not fasting, sir. ಈಗ ಕಫ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅದು ರೂಕ್ಷ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ. It is kapha is usually soft and slimy, whereas it has to get it dried ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ if you consume honey, it gets dried up fast.
Okay.
And especially for the what is that, fat ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ರೂಕ್ಷಣ ಥೆರಪಿನೇ that suits well for them.
Okay.
Cholesterol cases ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, it is that.
Okay. So you're mentioning, yeah, basically about, yeah, drying. I was thinking some kind of a drying process, or like a Dhumapan or something like that. They're trying to. Okay. I was thinking in that way. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to add before going to the continuing the next page?
I think now they are stressing more on the digestion part also, because till now we have not read about the digestion. Pachana ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೇಳೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Correct. Yeah.
I think
they
now
are, and I think in further they'll be talking about Sutrapakrama, all these 6 types of therapies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suchitraji, do you want to continue?
Yes. Brahmana also can be considered as samana therapy as it mitigates vata and also vata pitta dosha. Persons eligible for nourishing therapy during convulsions periods become weak due to treatments, alcohol consumption, excessive copulation, grief, etc., carrying heavy loads, long walks, injury to chest, thin and debilitated, suffering with vata disorders, pregnant, postnatal period, children, aged, and everybody during summer. Daily use of mutton, milk, sugar, ghee, enema with unctuous substances, comfortable sleeping and sitting, massage, bath, inducing happiness, etc., gives nourishment to the body. Persons eligible for reducing therapy. The reducing therapy is indicated for the person suffering from diabetes, amadosha, excessive anxiousness in the body, fever, stiffness of the thighs, skin disorders, herpes, abscess, enlargement of the spleen, diseases of head, neck, eyes, obesity, and other persons during winter. Different types of Langana therapy is indicated in various conditions. Types of Langana therapy. Shodhana therapies like Vamana Virechana. Indications: obesity, strong pitta and kapha dominancy, amadosha, fever, vomiting, diarrhea, sorry, heart complaint, constipation, heaviness in the body, excessive eructation, nausea, etc. Deepana Pachana followed by suitable Shodhana therapies. Moderate obesity, moderately strong, moderate vitation of pitta and kapha, and above conditions like amadosha, etc. Shuddha and Trishna Nigrahana, control of hunger and thirst. Slightly obese, weak, slightly vitiation of pitta and kapha, and also in the above conditions. Atapa, exposing to the sun. Vyayama, exercises. Moderately vitiate doshas along with the above conditions. Maruta Sevana, exposing to open air. Those having poor strength and suffering from amadosha and other conditions. Purification therapies like MSS, purgation are indicated for the persons who are very obese, strong, and increased kapha and pitta. Digestive drugs and carminatives are indicated in fever, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, heaviness, and slightly obese. Suppressing the thirst and hunger is indicated in moderately strong and stout. Exposing to open air and sun are useful for persons of a poor strength. Never conduct nourishing therapy to the obese persons, but at times mild reducing therapy can be conducted to the lean persons. Both the therapies can be conducted to the lean persons depending on the nature of habitat, season, strength, etc. Advantages of nourishing therapy: increases the strength, development of the body takes place. Those diseases will be cured which require such therapy, that is, disappearance of the defects of emaciation. Advantages of reducing therapy: sense organs become clear, proper excretion of flatus, urine, and feces. Lightness of the body increases the perception of the taste, excessive hunger and thirst and contentment, feeling of purity in heart, eructation, and throat. Decreasing the signs and symptoms of the disease, exertion and disappearance of lassitude. Both these therapies should be conducted systematically, considering various aspects like matra, etc. Otherwise, they will produce too much of stoutness or emaciation, respectively. They are being mentioned with the treatment. Signs and symptoms of obesity and emaciation are enumerated here as under, which facilitates to find out the features of excessive nourishing and reducing therapies.
Thank you, Sarajin. Shanaji, do you want to read page 226?
Yeah. Brahmana, also called, can be considered as samana therapy, as it mitigates vata and also vata pitta dosha. Persons eligible for nourishing therapy during convalescence period, becoming weak due to treatments, alcoholic consumption, excessive copulation, grief, etc., carrying heavy loads, long walk, injury to chest, thin and debilitated, suffering with vata disorders, pregnant, postnatal period, children, aged, and everybody during summer. Daily use of mutton, milk, sugar, ghee, enema, with unctuous substances, comfortable sleeping, sitting, massage, bath, including inducing happiness, etc., gives nourishment to the body. Persons eligible for reducing therapy. Reducing therapy is indicated for the person suffering from diabetes, ama dosha, excessive anxiousness in the body, fever, stiffness of the thighs, skin disorders, herpes, abscess, enlargement of the spleen, diseases of head, neck, and eyes, obesity, and also other persons during winter. Different types of langhana therapies indicated in various conditions. A type of Langhana therapy and indications. Shodhana therapies like Vamana Virechana are suggested for obesity, strong pitta and kapha dominancy, amadosha, fever, vomiting, diarrhea, heart complaint, constipation, heaviness in the body, excessive eructation, nausea, etc. Second one, Deepana Pachana, uh, Deepana Pachana, followed by suitable Shodhana therapies for moderate obesity, moderately strong, moderate vitiation of pitta and kapha, and the above conditions like amadosha, etc. Kshudha and trashna nigrahana, control of hunger and thirst. Slightly obese, weak, slight variation of pitta and kapha, and also in the above conditions. Atapa, exposing to sun and vyayama exercises for moderately vitiated doshas along with the above condition. Maruta Sevana, exposing to open air. Those having poor strength and suffering from ama dosha and other conditions. Purificatory therapies like MSS, purgation are indicated for persons who are very obese, strong and increased kapha and pitta. Digestive drugs and carminative are indicated in fever, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, heaviness and slightly obese. Suppressing the thirst and hunger is indicated in moderately strong and stout. Exposing to open air and sun are useful for person of poor strength. Never conduct nourishing therapy to the obese person, but at times mild reduction therapy can be conducted to the lean persons. Both the therapies can be conducted to the lean person depending upon the nature of the habitat, season, strength, etc. Advantages of nourishing therapy: increase the strength, development of body takes place. Those diseases will be cured with require such therapy, that is disappearance of the defect of emaciation. Advantages of reducing therapy: sense organs becomes clear, proper erection of flatus, urine and fecus, lightness of body, increases the perception of the taste, excessive hunger and thirst and contentment, feeling of purity in heart, eructation and throat, decreasing the signs and symptoms of the diseases, erection and disappearance of lassitude. Both these therapies should be conducted systematically, considering various aspects like matra, etc. Otherwise, they will produce too much stoutness or emaciation, respectively. They are being mentioned with the treatment. Signs and symptoms of obesity and emaciation are enumerated here as under, which facilitates to find out the features of excessive nourishing and reducing therapy.
Thank you, Shanaji. Anybody wants to add on the person eligible for nourishing therapy or person eligible for reducing therapy? So, looks like at a high level, we can say for obese the fat people reducing therapy, for lean or weak people nourishing therapy. And one interesting thing I can see is okay, inducing happiness is also like a nourishment to the body. So people will put up
Yes,
weight.
that's what I said. When you are happy, all your doshas will be balanced.
Yeah, I normally see people after marriage they increase the put up weight a little bit. Maybe yeah, this may be the reason. Yeah, maybe too much comfortable and too much happiness. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else wants to add anything else? Okay.
Sir, too much fat ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they have too much kapha ಅಂತ. They will be very lazy.
I agree. Basically,
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ
looking.
ಅವ್ರ ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ we can make out because ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗಿರೋರ್ಗು ಅಥವಾ all of a sudden increase ಆಗಿರೋರ್ಗು there will be lot of difference. ಅವ್ರ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. It will be sagging like ಬರೀ ನೀರಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಮುಖ ಎಲ್ಲ ಊದ್ಕೊಂಡಂಗ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೈ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ದಮ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಬರೀ ಊತ ಏನೋ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
Yeah, some people we can that is looking at we can say, but some people will be really fat and obese and so yeah.
Yeah. One thing I want to add, sir, now the present generation is they don't have any serious illness as such. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದೇ ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ದೀಪನ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾಚನ. ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿನೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ದೇ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈಟ್ ಎರಾಟಿಕ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಏನೋ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು ತಿಂತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಂತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ದ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ they'll wake up and they'll be hungry, which is not a real hunger. We need to identify the right type of hunger, when we should have the food and when it is not anta. It is mentioned in some in kannada ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ it is very clear. ಕಳ್ಳ ಹಸಿವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಳ್ಳ ಹಸಿವು ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ರೋಗಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ.
Yes. Reading this one, I can also understand we all should go for Langana therapies normally in modern times, because we used to say, do less exercise or work. Normally, sitting long hours in office or work or like that, are used to shortcut or comfortable methods of working. So, I think Langana therapy is what actually suitable for modern condition, at least in the cities. That's what I can understand.
Sir, I can't do Langana also. I will be very hunger. ಉಪವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, but I'm not able to do it.
No, but see here, it depends upon what they give on the table. Right? Not everybody should be able to even do fast. Some based on the obesity, some people can just take, I think, medicines. Some people can just expose to